Welcome to an exclusive members only Q&A here on the channel. And if you are not a member, this is one of many reasons to become a member, as I do these Q&As where it pretty much guarantees your question will be answered by me. If you have any questions about anything regarding not just Dragon Ball but nerd culture as a whole, but most of these questions are of course Dragon Ball related. And to become a member, hit the join button underneath this video and watch the video there. It's a little 3-minute video explaining the perks and the benefits. There's actually more perks if you join the Discord server, but that's something that you can sign up for and go to tier 2 if you are new. Tier 2 or up gets access to the Discord, but the Ultra Instinct tier, you get a lot more stuff. So let's go ahead and get to these questions real quick asked by the members. First of all, here we have D White. Let me zoom in so y'all can see that a little bit better. That might be a little too zoom. Right there. All right, here we go. It's been a while, bro. With the introduction of the Cerealian Dragon Balls, do you believe we will receive more lore on Zamalama and the Super Dragon Balls? For example, it could show a Monaito granting permission from Zalama himself to take fragments from the Super Dragon Balls to create his own. That wouldn't be the case because based on how it was explained from Old Man Mori on Namek, it's implied that Mutaito, or not Mutaito, Monaito. Mutaito's the Master Roshi's master. Monaito was on planet Namek first, learned about the Dragon Ball, then went to freaking planet Cereal at some point. That's the way I had always interpreted that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I always interpreted it. So based on that implication, it seems like the Namekians already knew how to make Dragon Balls from the Super Dragon Balls prior to him even being born, right? And because of that, it wouldn't necessarily be explained that way. However, to answer the actual question, do you believe we'll get more lore on the Super Dragon Balls? I don't think so, honestly, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think once Goku, Vegeta, and everybody else kind of realizes that this guy got all this power from Dragon Balls that weren't the ones on Namek or on Earth, that is interesting enough to it gets brought up to Whis. And maybe Whis at that point, being the exposition character, can tell them or explain to them what happened. I can see it happening that way. And maybe they do go into the Super Dragon Balls there. But I did a video called The Mystery of the Super Dragon Balls where we go into a lot of this stuff because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we don't know. And I really hope we get the answer. Mickey D said, I was curious who your favorite Sentai group is. I'm going to go with Gosei Sentai Dairanger. And I like Gokaiger. I like Jaka because Big One is awesome, and I like Time Ranger. Those are my favorite teams, and Mega Ranger is a great team. Metalheader 970. What do you think the chances are that someday we'll get a Dragon Ball GT Kai, or essentially a remastered redub of GT, both Japanese and English, so we can actually watch GT dub and not cringe the whole time? Well, the slim to none. Okay, I mean, I've kind of explained this before. You need to watch my video called Dragon Ball Kai Explained or Dragon Ball Z Kai Explained. It's a mini documentary. The only reason why Kai even happened is because they wanted to do a new series like what Super wound up being. Toriyama said no, so they chose for the 20th anniversary of Dragon Ball Z instead to do a remastering of Dragon Ball Z with a new dub and cut out the filler. And for Dragon Ball Z, number one, it's very popular. Number two, they had to remaster it because by the time 2009 rolled around, it was already in the high definition era, so they had to do it. And number three, there was the filler that they cut out most of it. And with Dragon Ball GT, there is no filler. There's no filler in GT because there's no manga. So there's no reason for them to ever do this for GT, like ever. Unless they wanted to somehow repackage it, but it's not popular enough for it to ever get repackaged. So slim chance. Anything can happen. Very, very slim chance. Please watch the video I did, Dragon Ball Kai or Dragon Ball Z Kai Explained. I go into a lot of information that I haven't seen any other video on YouTube ever cover that kind of stuff about the creation of Jakai, why it happened. We have interviews. We got all kinds of stuff there. Accelerator. When's the low carb Speakdom coming? Speakdoms are on my second channel, and at some point I'll do it. Dual Masters Hideout. If IDW were to get the rights to do a licensed comic book series like Archie IDW Sonic with a different continuity, how would you feel? If you're asking me how I would feel about them doing another Sonic comic, I'd be okay with it. If you're asking me about them doing another Dragon Ball comic, I'd be fine with it because it gives me more stuff to cover. I'd be happy with that. With my channel, I pretty much cover the manga, heroes, and then I'll do videos in between those two things about lore-related stuff or historical stuff. That's pretty much how my channel's structured right now. The week of the manga, and usually slightly after, I focus everything on that. But the other weeks of the month, I just talk about other stuff that I want to talk about. So if there was a comic book, I'd be fine with it, honestly. I would hate to see if they ruin it, honestly, because there are some writers in comics who are great writers, but might not really know how to cover Dragon Ball, how to write Dragon Ball properly. But I'd be open for the idea, for sure. They've done good work in other series. Why not Dragon Ball? Bond Jedi Ranger, is it possible that Saiyans could have the power of immortality? Well, if they had that power, then why are they all dead except for 3 of them? Womp, womp, womp. All right, Tycoon 239. Hey man, quick question. Besides Dragon Ball, what other anime do you enjoy and consider your favorites? I've answered this question before, but you might be new, so I'll answer it again. Fushigi Yugi, Yu Yu Hakusho, some of the Gundams like Gundam 0083 I enjoy. I liked One Punch Man, which was on the air. I like Dragon Quest Dai, obviously. I haven't covered it in a while because I've been busy with other things. What other anime do I like? I like Evangelion. And I like a lot of anime films, like Ninja Scroll, Akira, of course, all the classics. That's what I grew up on. Enigma of the Echidna. Do you think when Granola is defeated and possibly slaughtered, that it would be before his 3 years, providing a loophole to wish him back to life in the future? Seems to be a trend in the series, don't at me. Well, as far as wishing him back, I don't think that even if he dies after the 3 years, that he can't be wished back. I think he can be wished back no matter what. But I think if he does get wished back, he's not going to have that power he had. I don't think they're going to wish him back with the same power that he had, during this arc or whatever, this new power he just got last chapter. So I don't think it's going to happen. But as far as there being a loophole, I don't know if it's even necessary because the dragon never said that you can't be wished back. He never said that. He said you have to give your own life. So, yeah. Artex, do you think Dragon Ball Super should be past NZ next arc or still continue in this weird between time? I mean, I don't know where you've been, bro, but I've talked about this on like at least 30 to 45 videos in the past year and a half. Yes, it should go past the end of Z. I mean, I've talked about this numerous times. So either you haven't been watching or you don't remember or you're new. I don't know if you're new, but yeah, I've talked about that a bunch. No, they should get out of this 3-year, or not 3 year, the 10-year time. They gotta get out of that. Yeah. John Ledger, with the introduction of Gods of Destruction, do you think the Hakai could cancel our immortality wishes since it's technically not killing them, it's erasing them? Also, do you believe characters such as Whis just has so much power they could kill the character without erasing them? I mean, anybody can kill somebody without erasing them. So I don't know what you mean by that question, because anybody can do that. Like, we've seen characters die way before Whis gets in there. So I don't know what you mean by that. But yes, Whis could kill people. As far as the first question, can the Hakai cancel out immortality? It was implied in Super that Beerus basically was very confident that he could take out Zamasu with the Hakai, even though he was immortal. Now, I don't know if he actually could. That's the thing. We don't know that. We know Hakai can erase ghosts. So that's something different. Or can erase you from existence. So, what does that mean? Can it override an immortality wish? I do not know. And honestly, I hope not. But at the same time, if there's a reason for it, go for it. But I hope not, because one of the things that made Zamasu so interesting early on in that arc is that he was immortal. That they couldn't beat him. And we're all wondering how. So, then again, when Zeno used his version of the Hakai, which is not really a Hakai, to destroy the future timeline, he did take Zamasu with him. So maybe there's something to that. Maybe you have to destroy. Like, maybe Hakai does work against Immortals. We don't know. We've never seen it actually work. Except for in that one instance, but that wasn't the Hakai that Zeno used. Plus, Zeno is way more powerful than Beerus. So, who knows, man? Maybe it's a Zeno thing. Maybe only Zeno can do it. Who knows? David M., I think you mentioned that you would be making a complete guide to all American releases of the DBZ so far a while back. I believe, is that still the plan? I was going to do a guide to all of the dubs and all of the American releases, yes, but that's not currently in the plans. It is in the plans long term, I'm sure, but right now it's not really a video that I'm working on or even thinking about. That's not in the short term plans right now. Like, I wouldn't expect that even this year. You know, someday, but I'm just not thinking about that right now. That's something I'll get back to that one. I'm not really enthused into going down that road. But I will soon. I will eventually. Ashley Danoa says, now, by the way, I could change my mind about that at any point, just so you know. Ashley says, if you could go back and tell your 14-year-old self one thing, what would it be? I would tell myself, eat clean, train hard, and I teach myself all the tricks that I've learned as an adult. But if it's one thing, I would say treasure your time with your parents because it's limited. I would tell myself that. Cooking with the King says, is Purunga stronger than Shenlong, or is it a semantics thing? Because it was able to defuse people but can only bring people to life one at a time, right? Where Shenlong can do multiple people. I feel like it was explained, but I can't seem to find it. It depends on which version of Shenlong. Because remember, there's different versions of the Earth Dragon. There's the original one that Kami made. There's the Dende one he made in the Cell Saga. Then there's the Dende upgraded one. So I would say that originally, yes, Purunga was stronger. Yes, without question. But the final one that Dende made that can grant 3 wishes, I think that one might edge out Purunga. Because Purunga's problem was that he couldn't grant giant wishes, and the Earth Dragon could. Remember, Purunga can only resurrect one person at a time. Whereas Shenlong can do numerous people at a time. But Shenlong can do that now with the Dende upgrade. So the Dende Shenlong is much better. Creeper says, can I get an invite to your server? This is not the place to ask for the invite, bro. So your name definitely fits. There's a whole post in the members only section for you to ask for invites. And this is not that post. If you could give any Dragon Ball character more character development, backstory, who would it be and why? Who would it be and why? And by the way, I was just kidding about the whole Creeper name. I don't know why you would call yourself that, but it's a weird name. As far as who would I give backstory and development to, I mean, I want to know more about the original Dragon team. We never saw Yamcha's mom or whatever. I wouldn't mind seeing that. We saw plenty of stuff with Broly. We saw plenty of stuff with Goku and Vegeta. Not them. Gohan, we know all his story. We know his whole life story pretty much. I want to know more about Frieza. Frieza's race. Not Frieza himself. Frieza's race and his childhood. I want to know more about them. That'd probably be my pick, honestly. Be Frieza's backstory. Cyver says, do you think Vegito's personality is that much different than Gogeta's? No. Most people say they are because Vegeta was so cocky against Boo, but I always thought he acted that way so Boo would absorb him. That's exactly why he acted that way. He purposely was taunting him to be absorbed. People who say that are just not understanding Dragon Ball or just not understanding Vegeta or how that worked. I mean, go back and watch it. Vegeta was purposely antagonizing Majin Buu to get absorbed. Vegeta could have killed Majin Buu at any point. This is not that hard to figure out. I figured this out when I was 14. It ain't that hard to figure out. And this is not rocket science here. Dragon Ball is a very simple show, at least in that aspect. Vegeta was destroying Buu purposely, taunting him. He could have killed him at any point. He even told him that. He even showed him that. But he kept taunting him to get absorbed to be able to save Goten, Trunks, and Gohan. Now, why didn't he just kill Buu and go get Dragon Balls? Who knows? Who knows? But he should have. But that was his plan. His plan was to not kill Buu, just to purposely get Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo out, and then eventually go back and kill Buu. They would have had to have used the Dragon Balls anyways to resurrect everybody else. So I don't really know why they didn't just do that. Maybe they didn't want their kids to die, but the kids wound up dying anyways. It was very bad foresight, but it literally, yeah, Gogeta and Vegito are not that different, bro. Was Vegito clowning around against Zamasu? No, not as much. So I don't think that's the case. They're the same fusion, so there's no difference. People look into that too much. Anyways, that's it for this Q&A. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely day. Thanks again. I love you and take care of yourself and each other.